let's test this out. You. Cool, okay. Let's get that going with the timer. Lots of dramatic trumpets. Well, assuming those are trumpet. Let's see if everything is set up correctly. I believe it is. Everything audible and so forth. Alright, gonna test this out again, just to see that everything works as it should do. Well, last time the auto pause was a little bit intense. I'll just have a look at that. Yeah, that seems good now. Still think the music is a little loud, although it might be less loud on your end, or should be really. Alright, getting ready. Hello everybody. Let's let that timer count down. And we'll just have to briefly go into OBS and switch it off, which will very briefly interrupt the music, since this game doesn't like to play music when you tab out of the full screen, but that's okay. Oh, I should also really adjust the location of that text, but okay. Hi Caryu. Yeah, this is pretty new. I've been streaming since, what is it, Saturday I think? It's my first one. I did a test stream and now I am streaming a blind run of this classic, well, ish, RPG Tyranny at Franconian's request. So that's what we will be having on the menu tonight. I'm just going to switch off this timer icon. Alright, and I guess then I will get started. So this is the second episode of my blind series of Tyranny. This RPG, in an isometric style, kind of like Pillars of Eternity and some other games. I think Franconian particularly likes it, and because the background is essentially that I was prodding Franconian to play Icewind Dale, and he was willing to do so, but only on condition that I would play Tyranny. And then I thought, like, well, if I'm going to play Tyranny, then it might be nice to also stream it. Let me first do a check. Is all the audio good and everything? Am I too loud? It seems like I'm a little loud. Might make myself slightly less loud, I think. Yeah, so basically this is a blind run, and I have no idea how this game works other than what I played a couple hours, I think 5 hours or something, on Saturday, was it? Yeah, I guess before the weekly one shot. And yeah, now I'm gonna do the next round. So we will load our save game, which was in the Scarlet Chorus camp. Ah, okay, sound a little quiet. Fair enough. I can up that. Background music is also pretty loud. Let's see, is it better like so? Yo, Franconian. Hello, old man Franco. Okay, thanks, Guru. How does it compare to Pillars? I mean, the thing with Pillars is, like, right? My impression is that Pillars 1, especially 2, were not all that well reviewed, but I actually really like them. This game so far seems in some ways very similar in terms of the combat mechanics. Are very similar. They don't have it doesn't have as elaborate or complex a combat system as Pillars had, and I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about Pillars. But I actually really enjoyed that. It seems to have a similar kind of like sleeping system with camp, camp equipment, and a lot of the other stuff seems comparable. But I haven't only played a couple hours of this game, right? So it's a little hard to say exactly. In terms of the writing also, I would say both games seem to have very good writing. One thing I do think Pillars did better is that it has a lot more voice acting. I noticed that this game is very kind of arbitrarily voice acted, like certain characters have voice acting, but not even all of the time. And a lot of characters don't have voice acting. So you get a lot of me awkwardly reading out dialogue. Am I enjoying the game? Yes, I am enjoying the game. So far. We'll see how we do when I'm a little further in. First I have to remember what I was actually doing. I think I slept to heal the character's wound, because I forgot, or rather didn't understand how to use the quick item system for healing potions in the last episode. So one of the characters got knocked out in one of the fights, and that in turn means that they got a wound and then you got to sleep. And in the context, we have 6 days until Kairos' Day of Swords, and maybe also before then to finish the game, or at least to finish this stage of the game. I have done most of the side quests already, at least the ones that were assigned to me so far. This is the main one that I have to go to Echo Call Crossing to meet with a company of soldiers there. And I also need to go there for a side quest concerning a missing shipment of iron, pretty much exactly as you have it in Baldur's Gate 1. So I guess having iron shortages is a good RPG trope. And then I need to go to the disfavored camp first to convey some remaining information from the Earthshaker side quest that I did last time. And otherwise it's like a very similar kind of RPG as Pillars and other kinds of games. So you have your party members, 4 of them. I guess 4 is probably the maximum looking at the UI. You click them, you interact with things, you talk to people. It's very much in the same kind of classic isometric style, which I do actually really like. That is a genre of things that I think is very good. Oh, hey Romy. Good evening to you also. I hope you're not as warm as I am. It was over 25 here and it still is even in the evening, which is getting pretty warm for someone who lives on the top floor. Normally you should have no problem do your task in 10 days. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, like I said, I think I don't know how much more there is going to be, right? But from what I know and what I can say here, we have the main quest, which will undoubtedly involve more stuff. But we have very little side questing to do now. And yeah, and I think in general with these kind of games, when they give you a time limit of this nature, they will make it pretty generous because it would be frustrating otherwise, right? Ah, you're going to engage to stream Stasis, Mordkop. Yes, that sounds interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing some of that as well. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Franconian. I get that a lot, actually. I often get comments on the seeming disjunction between my appearance and my voice, which I will admit makes me a little self-conscious about it, but that is how it is. It's 35 where you are. Ah, yeah, in southern India, yeah. There was a huge heat wave in India, right, recently? I don't know if it's still going on. Oh, hi, Tingis. I love this game so much that after I played it through the first time on a pirated version, I bought it and played it another 120 hours. Well, I kind of was hoping that it wouldn't be, a 120-hour undertaking, but then again, if it's good enough that it's worth 120 hours, then maybe that's actually a good thing. Definitely with like some of the other ones that I really like, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and so on, even with Pillars. I don't know with Pillars 2, but Pillars 1 I think I 100%ed as well. So if this game is like that level of good, I might return to it at some point to do that. But first I want to explore a little bit, what I'm going to think of it. Oh yeah. It's not 120 hours long, it was multiple playthroughs where I explored everything and walked. Yeah, exactly. It's basically like you do a bunch of 100%ing, right? I mean, even Baldur's Gate 1 you can do 100%ing under that amount, I would guess. Although I haven't timed it at any point. Makoya says, I think I finished this game 4 times or so. Okay, well. This is all very promising. I mean, I will say I'm liking it so far. Let me think where I actually need to be. Is there actually a quest marker thing? Is this a quest marker, or is it just like... No, this is just you can go somewhere. Because I'm going to have to remember where this guy is that I'm supposed to talk to, and I'm not going to know. Well, tabbing... Ah, okay, that works. I would not make people play bad games. Very much unlike most of the community when Jake is streaming, seemingly. But then Jake also likes bad games and likes being forced to play them, so that's a different story. Mordkop says, now I'm curious, you know what I look like and how I sound. Do you think that is a mismatch or is it what you expected? Do I know what you look like? I mean, the cow persona I know of. I'm not sure I know what you otherwise look like. Your games usually have a good core, which you like or not. Yeah, okay, but I mean, people would say this anyway, right? I mean, I'm sure that Jake would say the same about Mega Man, but you wouldn't catch me dead playing that. With all due respect, our cohorts have proven themselves against these Apex fools time and time again. What can your Earthshakers do other than get in the way? I don't want to be here, Sevius, and my orders don't involve proving our value to you. If the Great General doesn't want magic on his side, then he can order us to stand down and sit this one out. I don't question what your mages bring to the table, Hellspar, but I have my reservations about your leaders. Why couldn't Radix show up to the siege himself? He has more pressing issues than the state of the conquest. I should like to hear about it from his mouth. And the moo should be near. Oh, you did you? Oh, I'll have a look, Mordcom. I have posted selfies also before, I think last Christmas or something, but it's not something that the community does very often, I've noticed. I mean, I'm from a sort of social context, so to speak, where selfies are very common, but I think in the Jake court it's not. We've gained the emerald pin. I am going to assume that that's good. I hate to upset the chain of command during a time of war. Perhaps Radix's brother can convince him to remember his duty. Fatebinder, I thank you for the part you played. You didn't have to risk yourself, but you did so all the same. Yeah, I mean, not to put too fine a point to it, but like, I present fairly effeminate a lot of the time, right? And I think people associate that with having a sort of more of a gay voice, you know? Which I can do. I can talk a little bit higher up if you want. But, you know. And then the other thing is like, you know, I'm still a little unused to streaming, and I think when people are a little nervous, they get like usually a lower, you know, a lower pitch. That's also a problem when doing public speaking. You gotta, and especially when doing singing, then you have to make sure that you can actually reach higher notes. I'm sure Kaladin can tell you all about it. Anyway, I believe that that completes the last side quest that we were doing, other than the one that is at Echo Paul. When I'm nervous, I actually start to talk very loud. I mean, that's also a thing, right? It's like talking too much. But at least when you're a streamer, you can't really talk too much, I think. Or at least it's a little less of a thing. Because you kind of got to do the conversation yourself anyway. Here it's more the opposite. It's like you got to get used to talking to your computer as if you're talking to people. Which is in itself an odd experience. Let's see, this emerald pin, huh? Can we find what it is? Is that this? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just worth money, I guess. It's like the Leryl's tear necklaces and the flame dance rings and all that good stuff, which are real heads know. As a stream, it helps if you get more people. The more other people contribute, the more you can talk. Yeah, of course. You have more things to respond to. That's also like, I guess, one of many reasons why you want people to show up and do conversation. But that's a really nice thing about the Jake Court community, right? I mean, we show up to each other's streams, and that way everybody is kind of encouraged to do some. And that's kind of a win-win situation, I think. It's really nice. Okay, so I guess we can just... Wait, what? I have... Ah, yeah, they give me... Oh, wait. I didn't look properly. This isn't just an item for value. This is also an item that gives you an actual stat, as in it gives you regenerating. That seems very useful. Now, she is the only one who has really died so far, so let's first give that to her. And then we will talk to... Yeah. We'll talk to our merchant man. I do generally like talking anyway. I'm pretty chatty most of the time. I think I'm often rather chatty in stream chats as well. Anything here that's just our guards, bronze fox? Yeah, we probably don't need a lot of those. This is going to be very much one of those games where you collect all the loot and then sell it off and buy your better loot. Broken helmet. Frayed purple cloth. An Earthshaker hood doesn't seem very interesting. I have to be honest, like, it's really hard to assess what is good and what isn't if you don't know this system. Oh, there's another one of these items. I need to give that to our tank, I think. But if you don't know, like, the values of the different things, like, you know, how important is recovery compared to deflection and accuracy, that's really one of those things where you have to really play the game through a bunch of times for that to make sense. I did actually adjust the voice a little bit, the audio, compared to the last stream, because I felt it was a bit loud. So that's maybe why it's a little quieter now. Ah, okay. Thank you, Jingus. Thanks for hanging out. I'm probably not going to stream for super long either, because, you know, it is unfortunately a work day tomorrow. And I have some deliverables that I have been procrastinating on. So I gotta get on that a little bit on time tomorrow. But I can play it a little bit. I'll get rid of you, probably. Maybe. We don't really use the heavy armor at all, so we can get rid of all that heavy armor stuff. I think that applies to you as well. And to you. I think that's all the giveaways for the moment. Oh yeah, there's the random bronze sword. I think those are a dime a dozen anyway. So we'll sell that and see if we can buy something better. I think the other guy has better equipment. You took a vacation tomorrow, Francoian. How is that? Why on a Tuesday? Or are you off today as well? Is Thursday a holiday for me too? I have to be honest, I have no idea. Why would it be a Thursday? Why would it be a holiday? Not a Schlappentag. I don't actually know what that is. Can you explain? Does he have anything I want? Our man has a sword and shield. I have a sword and shield. Or use a better shield, right? I think I will. In the 30 years, our Hof was besieged by the Hussites. Hussites in the 30 Years' War. Ah, the Frohleichnam. Yeah. I know that that was a holiday in Sachsen when I lived there. But since in Germany it's all done at state level, I don't know how that is in Austria. I don't know if it's a holiday here. Now, one of the advantages of Berlin is that you tend to get both the Protestant and the Catholic holidays. So I should check whether it is or not. It was actually kind of embarrassing that, like, wasn't this Pentecost, but it was the whatever holiday it was before that. I made an appointment to hang out with a couple of friends of mine, and then I was like, you know, for lunch, and I had lunch with them. I was like, okay, well, you know, I gotta go back to work, and they were like, what are you talking about? You have the day off. And I had a total mind-blowing moment because I didn't realize that I actually had the day off, which is kind of a little, you know, not good. Yeah, I can't give him another helmet. Don't think I want that so much. No, I think this will do. Just give myself that shield. The siege was broken. The town got the task to have a valid army militia. But since nobody cared, the workers ran to the training in their schlappen, and they received a special strong beer. That does sound like a very Bavarian type of holiday. So you took basically everything off. Oh wait, it's just today, is it? So I mean, in that case, I would normally take Monday off too, right? So you have a Monday, and a Tuesday, then take the next day off, and so on. That reminds me a bit of in Leiden, where my sister lives. They have also this thing where it's celebrates from our glorious war against the oppressive Spaniards. You know that one. Um, they did a siege of Leiden for quite a long time, and then at the last minute, when the whole city was like famine and horrible and so on, they relieved the siege. And this relief of the siege is still celebrated as a city holiday. Whereas in Groningen, where I am from, we also had a city holiday, which was when the Prince Bishop of Münster tried to invade at one point and besiege the city of Groningen in an attempt to annex it. He was called Bommenberend. I think it's like Bernhard von Galen. And, Bommenberend because of the artillery. And there was also some similar thing where there was a last minute relief of the city, and therefore in Groningen they then set off fireworks, and it's like a fair day as well. You have a town called Suffering. Yeah, in Dutch it works if you spell it differently. Let's see. Anyway, let me focus on the game a little bit. Yeah, this is mine. What is this now? Purifying. What does that mean? Immunity to poison. Kind of good for anybody. What was the other thing that I had? What was the thing that was like... this one, parrying. Plus 10 parry. But what is parry? I'm not going to tell you. I guess it's like a way of warding off blows and stuff. Maybe I should give it to you. Since you are quite vulnerable. This is our glass cannon magic man. And then who gets the protection from poison? I guess it will just be our tank thing. That makes some sense. Poor one out for fucking, yeah, no longer with us. Yeah, they changed it, right? Because like everybody kept stealing the town signs and stuff, and so they changed it to fugging, is that right? Also, Franconia, I don't know what you posted there that got censored. It happened last time as well that something got censored, and like, I'm pretty sure I switched all the Odo mods off, but clearly there is some kind of thing still on. So I need to, if you can tell me what it was, well, I guess you can, if you can do it in a way that doesn't get censored, then I can figure out what's actually going on. Maybe it was a link. Bavaria still has Petting and Mösendorf. What's funny about Mösendorf? Ah, it was the wiki page for the Schloppentag. Yeah, I guess it's probably links. I should set it so that people can do that. Just gotta have some anti-bot mechanic. Back over here. Maintain defensive posture. His favorite commander clutches his bloodstained chest piece, gathering his thoughts. Your plan has been a rousing success. Most of our troops dead. A bridge destroyed, and the Vendrian Guard pushes back to where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, the finest the North has to offer. And for your next act? I needed those Furies on point. Don't mock my strategy after working against it. We could have taken them. We tried to rush the western bridge. Blow for blow we had them running, but halfway across, the whole damn river just lurched up. The cursed Matangi swallowed the bridge and most everyone on it. Only real soldiers we have left are the Scarlet Furies that I, quite wisely, directed into a flanking position. A few of us kept our footing, but the advantage was lost. We had to fall back. As we did, the Oathbreakers surged down the east bridge. We held ground until they fled back across the river, but now we're back where we started with only a fraction of the strength. So we can choose whether we like the concentration of force or the direct, or not doing the direct attack. But honestly, it sounds like they're idiots, so let's go with this. That would explain it. I saw a woman dressed in blue on the other side of the river. Didn't seem like she fit in with the others. Had we focused our strength into one perfect lunge, we could have crossed the bridge before the enemy knew what was killing them. But it's not too late. We can use the Scarlet Furies to... No, fool! Stop suggesting ways to get my gang killed. Are you working for the Oathbreakers? We should wait until the enemy is no longer on high alert. Oh, cheers, Franco. Well, I guess Antio is still in command, so we're going to do what he wants. No! His first plan was a failure. I won't order my men to commit suicide so that this Pons can satisfy his honor and fail once more. I could reveal their location to the enemy, then your Furies would have no choice but to join the fight. Are we really coming to this? For the love of Kairos already, single your warriors. I can hit him. I can tell the voices of Narat that his agents were soft and cowardly in the face of opposition. Oh yeah, we can just bribe the guy. Well, let's go with subterfuge. That sounds more my kind of thing. Huh? Do you think your wards would change? I meant to say, perhaps the Fatebinder is right. Antio is in charge. When you meet next with the Archons, you will tell the voices I was instrumental in the success of the crossing. Just like that? No, wait, I won't question it. Yes, thank you. Yes, you had best be thanking me, and the Fatebinder. We've saved the disfavored time and time again. What's one more? Listen up. For this to work, my Furies need a moment to get out of cover. Fatebinder, you need to run up the East Bridge. Don't get yourself killed, just draw their attention. I'll signal my Furies to send a rope across, while you have them occupied. There's no time to waste. Let's hope your gang delivers. Thank you, Fatebinder, and good hunting. Right, so that gives us our next step of the main quest, but what was the other thing? Explore it for clues of the missing shipment of iron. Now, if this is anything like Baldur's Gate, then the clues are probably somewhere on a different section of the map. These guys don't seem to have anything useful to say or to do. Or you? You have anything to say? No. What is this? Okay, that is fascinating. There is some looting we can do here. Yep, sure, why not? Actually, iron, right? You would think that the iron would be better than the... Wait, I guess he's got a big old axe. The iron better than her... I guess she's using a bow, right? But if she had a sword, would it be better? Is there a way of knowing? I don't know. Low accuracy doesn't seem great. Again, I don't really know. Does have better range than the bronze ones. Better armor penetration. I'll stick with what we have. So far this has all worked pretty well. Anything here of interest to look at? Anything we can check out here? Matangi River's currents pose little threat to small boats. The magic that split this bridge must have been powerful. Well, that much is clear.
What have we here?
What indeed? We find is a better bow, I guess, and some money. How much better bow are we talking? You really do end up hoarding a lot of stuff in this game, but I guess that's par for the course. Less accuracy, better range, better DPS. I still don't understand why accuracy doesn't feed into DPS. Right? I mean, if you miss more, your damage per second is less. At least you would think so. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Is this better or is this not better? I mean, more range and more armor penetration seems kinda good and better DPS. Kinda inclined to say it is. Let's go.
Got them in my sights.
What? Ah, okay. And now we have some bad guys over here. So let's get going. So for the fighting has all been going pretty well, except for that one little incident with the lack of health potions. But you know, Verse has recovered very well from that. I'm sure she doesn't hold it against me.
You got it. Trouble is afoot.
Nice. Get over here.
Won't happen.
Whoa now. Don't appreciate that. Force dodge, better dodge. I think you should switch to a more dodge situation here. Not immensely fond of this guy going to our weak guys. Don't really like that so much. Can you make yourself better?
I never had a chance.
I imagine you get penalties for using a bow in melee, right? So let's have you swap. Whoa now. Somehow getting poisoned leveled him up. That's kind of interesting. That's not such a good place for you to be though, my friend. Can we extract you out of this? Yes, probably, maybe, kind of. Yes. So you can go and throw stuff at this guy, because he's almost dead anyway.
I'm great.
Keep running! And do some advanced kiting strat. Ah, shit. Didn't work.
I'm not built for this sort of violence.
I'm gonna need a little bit of help here, I think, so why don't you go over there?
Got them in my sights.
Or, you know, you just kill the guy. That also works. Oh, this is on cooldown, huh?
See that?
Where's his healing thing? It's here.
I'm not entirely useless.
Are you not? I have yet to experience that. You see, well, I guess he's a healer, so he's not entirely useless from that point of view, but it's fairly useless. Ah, nice. Healing potions, this stuff. What are you? Okay, that's cool. Bronze hammer, why not? So this game, did this come out before or after Pillars of Eternity 1? Because it really reminds me of it. In a lot of like game mechanics and also a lot of UI interaction aspects and things like that. Like the fact that you have these collective, you know, if you have multiple things where you can do a pickup, you can pick them both up at once, and the way that this sort of mouse thing looks, and a lot of the icons and other things. Oh yeah, the guy had leveled up. I almost forgot. Oh, I have also leveled up. Very well. What are we doing? What am I doing? Could get more strength, could get more quickness, more health, or more lore. Mostly finesse seems really good. Quickness determines... Yeah, ability cooldown, but I don't use that so much, I guess. Accuracy is obviously good. Extra health is obviously good. Attacking ability strength. Well, let's make these ones equal, actually. No, wait, no, I'm well. Why does it say that I can level up if I cannot level up? Or is it just a skill thing? Or do they mean only for... Ah, this is for the whole group. I see, I'm being a fool. This applies to the whole group and not just to me. That makes a lot more sense. So just our man here. Well, I mean, he's a big glass Karen mage guy, right? So, although he could also use a little bit more health. Actually, I might give him more health because he's really weak. Around the same time, okay. But it wasn't the same people, or... Because it looks so similar, right? That cannot be completely coincidence. Improves your control life skill. I don't actually know what that does. Preservation seal. They're healed for a large amount of health, and this seal is destroyed. That is kind of useful. And you get a revive. Which is his actual heal? That's his heal, right? And this is a better heal. That seems like a pretty good one. Let's go for that. That also means that you have 2 different cooldowns. You can actually talk to the guys as well. I'll do that in a little bit. I wonder if they have as dramatic a set of romances as you could get in Baldur's Gate 2.
Cure.
Blah blah blah.
Oh, yes.
Take everything.
Have a look here.
A lot of traps out here. I hope that doesn't have an option to backfire. Who are you? You are a deer. That sounds a little suspicious. Anything of interest over here? No? So what is that? That's like 2016? Something like that? Alright, here goes. You there, and you! Get over here. They're disfavored are back. Guess they forgot a javelin or 2. Be a doll, would you? Hurl them back. Wait, not another disfavored. This is a fate binder. Odd, I would have expected... well, just more soldiers. Here to convince us to kneel down and lose our heads? Unfortunately, on Franconian's advice, we have a lot of lore. Your heraldry, House Matangi. Apologies that your river must be dirtied with this conflict. I am honored, and will trust that all grievances wash downstream. May the river guide you through the valley. Your friends seem to have misplaced most of their squad. Guess they're somewhere in my river. My family has been protecting this river for 6 generations, so it's easy to lose track of all the looters and vagrants we've had to feed to the eels. Unless you want to try a running leap over, you're stuck. Maybe try heading downstream to Placid Crossing, With more warriors there, and I'm certain they'd be just as happy to kill you. Trying to take stock of our crew? We had unexpected help of late. Kill and rape are roaming off, and everyone comes out of the woodwork to shiv you in the ear. Hold your oars a second. I have a statement prepared for Captain Ari for just this moment. Wait, there's a second missive here somewhere. As amusing as I find this soon-to-be corpse, it would appear that our distraction has paid off. I wouldn't keep standing there, Fatebinder. The river's currents are quite unpredictable. Alright. I'm guessing we should get out of here. So I had expected that we would get like at least a fight for the hold up. A bit more of a fight than like two guys. You do not have to take lore, but I feel it makes for a better run. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what the general thing with these kind of games, right? When there's like a lot of ability checks and things like this, you want to unlock, ideally, especially those that give you a bit more, you know, background and a bit more sort of a feel for the world. Like you can always make your way through a game with luck and fist, right? But I'm more of a, I like reading, so I'm for it. Well done! While you are toying with the Oathbreakers, my gang had the opportunity to set a rope on the collapsed bridge over yonder. The Furies wait to join you in battle. Sure. We require no thanks for carrying the burden the disfavored is too weak to lift. We're used to such things. Plan now is to lower that bridge. My warriors can't swim in their armor. The lighter troops can move across the rope, then lower the bridge. We'll meet you on the other side. Crossing by rope, are we? In that case, I might recommend that I go last. For once, I agree with Antio. My gang's been spotted. Go now, before they are overwhelmed. Fascinating. Shall we go to the other one? It gives better magic as well, yeah. I must admit I haven't used the inherent magic on the character very much yet. There's the spectral blur, I guess, is the thing that we've gotten so far. Thing is, I should probably spend some money on these magic scrolls, right? Because there were quite a lot of magic scrolls for sale at different points. And I haven't really put much effort into that yet. But it would probably make sense to do so. Then again, I haven't been getting a whole lot of money, I feel like. Wait, this is the wrong... Is it the wrong bridge? I am going to the wrong bridge, am I not? Yeah, I am in fact going to the wrong bridge. Amazing. "30 athletics. I wonder what happens if you fail. I guess you probably just get an injury. Whoa now. Let's get in on this archer here.
Will do.
Ooh. I'm gonna say the AI is actually pretty competent too. Like, it actually knows fairly well what to do. Except that our man here could use a healing potion. Let's do some cool stuff, or have we used all of our cool stuff? I kind of like this one because it's neat. I guess it would be you.
Pay attention, kid. You might learn something.
Await my signal! Good work!
Yeah, this guy's holding up pretty well. She's taking some damage, but I guess she has the automatic heal now. So the main challenge is really to keep our incredibly weak mage alive. Oh yeah, that's the preservation seal. Okay.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Take me if you can.
I guess he's having blur or something. Oh, we don't have a dispel magic or something, right? He's also stunned. Neat. Well, that was that. I don't know if it's like just that we're in Tutorialville or that I'm playing on a fairly easy mode or something, or this is normal difficulty, but so far the fights seem very easy, especially compared to Pillars where the fights were pretty tough. Especially if you didn't know how to use the combat system very efficiently.
Will do.
What's going on here?
Kairos' butchers have come! Flee!
True. True, they have. Now this seems a bit more amounting to something. Retreat! There's too many, they've crossed the river! Pull back! Raise your hand if you leave behind orphans. Nice. How hard it will be depends on what you do. Okay? Wait, so these guys are not against us? Let's get you in on him. Get your tank against the archer, I guess, and you can do him. You can do him. You gotta stay back
Heads
a
up,
little bit.
we have company!
What I've noticed is that it's pretty tough to get your guys to get into a position you want before the enemy. It seems like the enemy is usually just much faster. But maybe that has something to do with like their stats and stuff. 110. I don't seem that damaged. Maybe that's misleading. I don't know. Strange business. No, you stay away. You do not have permission to go wandering. You can cast this on her, I guess. Well, I guess he needs to do a little bit of wandering for that. Cool, you guys get on the archer. Not you.
But I feel like fighting someone.
I kind of wish the sound effect wouldn't be interrupted whenever I pause, because this is a game where you need to pause a lot. I also need to heal. In which case, you can do something useful for me. go and taunt the guy so that he will attack you.
I will aid you. Take me if you can.
And then do this.
Well played.
Hefty stuff. Where are you? You still are on cooldown for the restoring touch. That's fair. Can you make her stronger?
As you
instead?
command.
What the fuck is wrong with my weapon?
What indeed? I don't know. You tell me. This guy does seem more of an armor penetration question.
Got them in my sights.
This weapon.
But, you know, still went pretty well.
Yes.
Lots of Vendrian heavy armor. Shattered iron sword, lots of stuff to sell. At least the shattered iron swords are worth something here, unlike in Baldur's Gate 1, where you get to experience your sword shattering on you many, many times without any benefit for it. Whee. Nice. Ah yes, you will hold the bridge, which is why you're just gonna stand there like a bunch of fools. So she has leveled up, so let's do something about that. What can she use? She also doesn't have a whole lot of health, which I think is part of why she keeps on running out so quickly. I'm a little bit inclined to increase her vitality as well. And we have her in archer mode. Oh wait, I forgot to put her bow back on. That's what's going on. But in this case it actually worked out pretty well. Next with bows. Bows on fire for more than burning iron. Hobbled prey. I guess that's a good way to control the movement. But her firing is also pretty slow. Well, let's give that a try. See if that works to control better who is going to engage whom. Because that seems to be kind of the only thing that's a little tricky so far, is to prevent them from engaging Lantry. We're on bow mode, battle stance. Better accuracy, yeah, that seems good.
On it. See that?
Small series of notches. Oh yeah, this is what we were told about, right? This series of notches was a sign of the iron collection. Like the iron stores. What is all this? Oh, it's in. This is tutorial info. I see. Actually, what's talking about with companions about? Once a companion joins your party, you can talk to them at any time by selecting the conversation icon on their portrait. They will have important information about the world of Terratus and their own opinions on the factions and situations you encounter. Knowing how they feel about events will allow you to make choices that build your reputation with each companion. Also interject their opinions in the conversations you're having. Yeah, we've noticed that. And how you respond to them will alter your reputation with them and others in the party. Okay. Well, maybe when we're done with this, we could have some chats with our own fine fellows. However, have we explored everything that's relevant here?
Can't do that.
I'm still... We've discovered the waterlogged crates, yeah, blah blah blah. The rest of the shipment must be nearby. The broken crate with a busted disfavored weapon inside. There must be more clues nearby. Yeah, so we're definitely looking for more stuff, such as Not you. Now looking for stuff is pretty easy if you can just hit the tap button, but still. So Franconian, when you say how hard it is, depends on what you do. Are you talking in terms of like the plot decisions and stuff you make, or is it just like how you do the combat? Because it almost runs itself. There are more clues nearby. Maybe they mean further up. Let's have a look.
They're here! Run! Go now!
Let's be maximally American about it. Alright. Combat Sun Soldier on this side. This guy is a settler. I mean, yeah. We really like settlers, right? Glory to Kairos, indeed. A few decisions make some fights more difficult, I guess you mean. How about you also take him on? Barak, you take him. As usual, our little glass cannon stays back. If you can. It seems that the answer is yes. You can in fact do that.
Get back here!
That's pretty funny. Now let's get him. You can probably do something more useful than this also. Such as empowering me. Now, of course, certain skill decisions are more optimal. Yeah, I figure that's the case, right? But that's one of those things that you need some experience for to figure out. How's our man doing? Like, Barak barely ever gets hit even. He's a pretty good tank in this situation. But again, it's also just on normal mode, right? So I shouldn't, like, get too cocky about it. I assume we're still pretty early in the game. There doesn't ever seem to be any reason to not loot everything. So loot everything we shall. Oh, we can use some of these potions of potionhood. What is that? Potion of revival. Allied target, health, wounds removed, revive. Okay. Let's give that to Barak since he always lives. You are almost out of healing. So you can use some healing. Everybody else is good for healing. You can have a fish because everybody likes fish. Enraged, that's maybe good for you. Immunity to bleeding, don't really care. Removes a random hostile effect, I don't really care. Extra vitality. Yeah, why don't you have some extra vitality at some point? And you can have some fruit as well, because we've got to keep the old man healthy. Now, let us see. You hear muffled voices and fearful exclamations coming from inside. That sounds good. I like that. Oh. It's such a grim game.
Sorry, I can't. Will do.
Ah.
The Avenger got it!
That might be what we are looking for. No? Yes? No?
The guard can't protect us! We must go!
Why are these guys so American? They sound like extras from Avatar. I did see that there was another Sun Soldier up here. There's in fact two of them. See, now, instead of doing the fire thing, it would make sense to use the... excuse me. The hobbling attack. Do we have that? Yes, here. This guy is the Sun Soldier. This is also a Sun Soldier. Let's start with you.
You got it.
Is that good enough? Ooh,
Why'd you take a look at that?
Let me back you up. We move our man in a little bit, but not too far. We don't walk into this trap. Put me in front.
There.
No, don't. Said.
See that?
Well, they really want to go into that trap. I wonder if they will walk into their own trap, but maybe not. Can we go around? Can go around, but now I'm rooted in place. That is not good. Can you attack him from there without walking into this trap? Yes, you can. That's good to see. Maybe you can make yourself useful in some fashion. Such as... I don't know. Go and attack him. And you have Spectral Blur. What else do you have? That's not that useful. Thinking I need to move you past this. Oh, I'm still rooted. Never mind. No, don't walk in there. Did not say that you could walk in there. Stay back. Fire from here. Do you have another weapon? You do have another weapon. You could shoot it. Oh, you can go do something cool.
Come and face my iron!
Take that!
You have anything else cool? Yeah, why not?
See that?
Nope. You're not going anywhere.
Entirely useless.
Okay, you stay where you are. Nice. Nice and again nice. The music there just now reminded me a bit of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Now there's a good RPG if ever there was one. I might want to play the Shadowrun games at some point as well, because I really, really like them. Javelin. Maybe I would like a javelin as a backup weapon instead of my short bow. I don't think that's a bad idea. I assume that a javelin isn't actually that you throw it once and don't get it back.
Will do.
But we will find out.
Curious.
Curiouser and curiouser. Cap of precision. Find the strangest things here. What is a cap of precision? It gives you sharp, which means extra hit precision. That's probably good for you, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. Can you use this? No. Can you use this? No. Cool. Away it goes. Going to have a swig of my tea. Alright, on we go. Who are you, fine fellow? Good luck to you. See, now that's the right kind of attitude, right? Where it's like, if you want this village, you can have it.
Sorry,
it sucks
I can't.
anyway. That's probably what I would feel like if somebody wanted to take my hometown. Especially back when I lived in In Leipzig, I would think I would gladly have surrendered it. Did not super like it there.
Kairos' soldiers are here!
So is the implication that I should feel bad that all these guys are running away, or I failed to talk to them? There's another iron javelin. Is that the same as the other one? Wait, this is also iron javelin. Less armor penetration. This has guarded strikes. Oh, this is a spear, never mind. Guarded strikes, phalanx slightly longer, legion soldiers, blah blah blah. Cherishing it. On weapon crit, everybody gets +5 parry. But I want you in this mode. Actually, I might use that. That seems kind of good. Okay. On we go. Onwards, Christian soldiers. Aha, that is Des Poodles Kern. We need to get up here somehow. The nice thing in these games is that even though I'm not that great in navigating isometric stuff, they will tell you how to go. Do not fear, sons and daughters of Apex. Kairos' hounds are at our doorstep. The Vendrian Guard will not abandon you. Brave warriors of the Vendrian Guard, these foreigners and sellouts mean to burn our homes and butcher our families. Summon what strength you have and show Kairos the price of taking our land. How in the name of Ash did these hill folk get their hands on iron weapons? Ah, so that is like the clue to our mystery. These guys have been getting iron weapons, and there's a
Heads up.
fair few of them. We have an archer here. I want you on this archer. There's a generic sun soldier. Actually, it would be good if you could use this on him. Let's keep the lantry a little back.
All right, let's do this. Fall before me.
What can you do that is useful? You can buff somebody. Like me.
Consider it done.
You are now using... You're now in melee, so you better get on this. Is there anything else that of use that you could be doing? Greater ring me wall is probably pretty good. What on earth are you doing? Oh, he's rooted, but for some reason over here? That's slightly mysterious. You could do with some healing. Oh, he's out of healing stuff, huh? Go take some healing potions. You deal with him. You also deal with him. You stay where you are. You got anything useful that you can do? Yeah, you do actually a little bit. Ooh, that was hefty. Let's not have any of that. Ah, it's because this gentleman here is casting fireballs. I see what's going on there. That strikes me as an undesirable situation. Are you still stuck? Wow, that takes a whole long time. That's a bit of a problem. You need to take... Oh, you can't. There we go, that's a little better. You're almost done. Going to intercept him. And cast this.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time!
And then this guy just needs to die, hopefully somewhat quickly. You take another... you still don't have time. But you can heal her. Some gentlemen decided to disengage. Oh. That seems rude. You have a quick item against that. Not really. Doesn't look that interesting. Somebody killed that guy. Ah, there we go. Guys. You take another healing potion. I like that these healing potions are pretty much instant. You don't have this problem that you get in a lot of games where, you know, by the time that you notice that you need to take a healing potion, it takes so long that they get killed. But now you don't have your cool abilities. This isn't very useful. I don't know if this is very useful. Nah, probably not. Barry can move to... yeah, you need to move on him.
Grovel before me!
These guys are a little... I mean, you are getting a little injured. That's fair. I feel like at this rate we'll get through though. Do you have anything cool you could be doing? Probably. Wanted to get that off before he cast Fireball. At least Fireball in this game is not as bad as in D&D. Our friend here is pretty much done for. Okay, that was a little tougher than the other ones.
That
Not
wasn't so
gonna
hard.
lie. Immediately get contradicted by my character.
I got it.
Oh boy. There are a lot of them, sire. Let's have a little save game here. They're here! Weapons up, and remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and prowess. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who specialize in dealing death. Let the villagers go. They did not ask for this conflict. What should we do? 1, 2, or 3? Well, there's an argument to be made for any of them, right? Because on the one hand, you know, why kill the villagers? On the other hand, the villagers have clearly been aiding the opposition despite surrendering. Or we can talk, which I'm going to suspect might not work out, but then we do have a pretty good lore and diplomacy scores. Especially since I picked a diplomat background. What's it gonna be? 1, 2, 3. Okay, Franco votes 3. Somehow I'm not surprised. I didn't know our guild was a winter fever so easily shared throughout the village. But perhaps the only way to impress your overlord is to slaughter the sick and unready. That's about the logic I'd expect from one of Kairos's pawns. I want this spineless pile of shit off my riverbank. Alright, that was the fight version, I guess. You're trying to set me up for a difficult fight. You get on her. Are you in bow mode? Not yet. You should be.
Send them at me in waves!
Man, see, this is the thing. You're so close that, like, okay, she has this hobble prey thing, but it barely has any effect because you're far too near them. That doesn't seem to work super well. Let's do this.
That was beneath me!
Go and beef me up. You go do something useful.
That's how it's done.
Nice, that almost kills her already. I don't want to tell too much, but the decisions are difficult to take. I mean, I would guess that in many cases, talking is not going to do all that much anyway. Is she already in melee mode? She is not yet. Well, she should be. I take some poison. You go heal me. Okay, but someone's gotta go and deal with these archer types. And with the sage and all the rest of it. You go over there. I don't want to deal with that. Why are you in direct melee? I don't appreciate that. Get over here. Actually, go heal yourself.
On your command.
Sorry about that.
Why is he not doing what I'm telling him to? That guy is not doing so great. That's good. We like to see that. You can get...
Shall we? That was a success.
Ooh, that was just in time. My man, why are you... Ah, I guess because he's poisoned, right? So his poison is still running. Kinda tempted to give him his vitality. Okay, he's killed him. We go on to the next dude.
Fall before me!
Did he even do that? Oh, I missed. Okay, fair. That makes sense. I might go and take another healing potion. It's a good thing they give you a fair amount of these. I will say that the game is also very generous with healing potions. No question about that.
Can't I hit anything?
Can't do anything. That can't be right. Can you switch again to your bow? Cast burning iron on this one.
Count on it.
So that you get an opportunity to hit me. Whoa! What's all this now? Oh no, they're not the RPG thing where everybody starts randomly running around. That is so annoying. Why do RPGs have to have this? First you heal yourself. Not sure what the impetus of all that is. We can just reach all of us. I'm gonna guess that that means that there's a confusion running out. Yes, okay, cool. What is that? Frightened? Blinded? Okay, that's not good. Let's take that guy out. Yeah, still hit him. How about you? Blinded, frightened, yeah, whatever, just get on him. And you will not stand randomly to get hit by things. Here's again that stolen thing. What the hell is happening? Do not have more healing potions. You do. Very good. Eat a fish. Why not? You are done with that. Go over there. I think I can use you. Nice. That should do for that. Sybil can barely summon the strength to crawl after several attempts slips in her own blood. She mouths several words and falls to her knees. And here's a whole bunch of guys. The cavalry is always too late. Well done, Fatebinder. If this one survives its wounds, we even have a fresh present of the Archon of Secrets. He did request a personal audience with any leader we can take alive. That's a mighty big if. These southern folk are a sickly bunch. Looking at her suffer is making me sick. I'll kill her and get this over with. Do we have any particular reason to let her go? I guess not. Suppose you can secretly take the opposite side. Fingers off. I think that's what she would have wanted, right? It would appear that Echo Call Village had a larger enemy presence than we suspected. They also had a whole crop of iron weapons stockpiled here. Bet those innocent villagers were helping to gather battlefield salvage. Or maybe stealing from our camp. There are so few iron weapons among the chorus. Seems likely the disfavored need to keep a better eye on their supply lines. And what of this village? The locals could have trapped the houses, so too risky to commandeer the site. We should burn the town. It'll cut off support, send a message, and the smoke signal will give the others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matangi. Did we just waste all that blood and time capturing this place only to torch it all? Now I adore the mystical power of fire in ways none of you could possibly understand, but even I think there's a time and place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Antio he's free to burn his half of the village. The Scarlet Chorus would like to keep our half of the spoils, not smoke it. That actually makes more sense to me, so let's do that. You place too much trust in these locals, especially after their last deception. The first chance they get, they will turn coat and stab their gang boss in the back. That would only prove our point. These are competent fighters who are better put to work in Kairos' army. No boss who falls to a simple villager deserves to live anyway. Kairos' edict looms overhead. Have we nothing better to do with our time? Hear that? The chorus just made this town their headache. Now start rounding up your gear. There's lots to do before we rest. Sensible decision, dear Fatebinder. We hold to the disfavored pogrom of raised soil, what will remain for us to rule. Seize this place. Search the homes, take all that you can carry. Give each survivor a chance at the Voice's mercy, but to the ungrateful be brutal. Fatebinder, you have helped enough. The Iron Marshal has sent word that the Archons are meeting at the disfavored camp, and your presence is requested. You should make haste back to camp. We'll take it from here. Well, that's cool. Let's first loot, of course. Always more to be looted. Iron Greatsword. Imperial Iron Falcata. I guess the advantage of this structure is also a way to gradually introduce iron weapons to you. What is this Falcata thing? One-handed. Yeah, it doesn't have the range, and I quite like that range. Not that it seems to do me much good. I haven't used any of these staves yet either. I guess it's like a club, but more advanced. You would think a staff is like a magic thing, but I guess in this system everybody has magic, so it doesn't make much sense. Here's our barrack. He doesn't have to be able to do much other than fight. Could make him better with... what has two-handed weapons? Resolve and might. We're just gonna up his might again. That's just what we do with him. Right, Clash of Iron, that's good. Barrack to engage an additional enemy, that's also good. Is this passive? No. I think I asked that last time. Ah, this might be actually what we want, right? So that he can storm forward and then he can engage the more dangerous enemies or the archers and things like that. That would actually give us a bit more battlefield control, because that's the one thing I feel I'm missing a little bit. The ability to know who is going to engage who. Or whom. And we have yet to... let's zoom out a bit. We have yet to find the iron stuff. Do we have any more to say here? No? And also no?
Can't do that.
How do we even
Can't
get
do
off?
that.
How do we get off of this? Oh yeah, this way. Who's a crescent runner? Okay, let's see if we can spot what we are looking for. We talk to you? No? Damned northerners! What are you calling? Ah, there is Old Man Mua. I've already told you I'm not leaving my home. Oh, you aren't these purple imbeciles. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Eyesight isn't what it used to be. Name's Mua. Been here since old King Okong claimed the valley as part of his own. You're with Kairos, right? And Kairos brings peace, right? Well, I surrender. Now leave me to my home and privacy. Oh really now? Well, I declare you a motherless pile of fetid beast shit. Get out of my sight. Take your empty threats with you. See if I can... A garrison? Thought this was just some little pissing match. Soldiers are moving in. Last thing I need is good-for-nothing soldiers demanding room and lodging from the one hospitable local. No peace at all. Fine, I'll gather my things. Best be off before the crossing becomes a war camp. Well, that's very fascinating and all, but... Oh. Well, well. There's actually no explanation of what that has to do with Old Man Mua, but we'll figure it out. Well, well. You motherless whoremonger! Get out! It's always the young pushing the old. I had no choice in the matter. Strange men appeared here a fortnight ago. They claim to be supporters of the Vendrian Guard, but I've never seen them before. I had no choice. These so-called freedom fighters threatened my life if I didn't comply. Have you been listening to a damn thing I've been saying, or do you have shit for ears? That's exactly what I was saying. I don't want any part in this foolish war. But should we be nice to him, or should we not be nice to him? Well, I feel like I was just mean before, so I'm gonna be nice now. Thank you, Fatebinder. Does Old Man Mua have anything else to say? No. Lesser Sigil of Strength. Interesting. How does that work again? Oh, is that a... Or do I need to read it first or something? Because there is something with these sigils and things, right? I don't know what category that falls under. I guess magic? No? Where's the damn... Distant impact? Reaching grasp, that's an accent. Oh, these are all accents, I see. Oh, that's the classic, you gotta learn the spell stuff. You already know this sigil, nice. And that leveled me up. Wouldn't you know it? I feel like I can also do with a bit more health. I don't actually have that much, I seem to take a lot of hits. Does it do anything useful other than give you health? I guess it gives you will defense. I'll give myself some more health. Now, for us to have defense, we can upgrade. Taunt nearby enemies, that's not what I want. Bonus to armor. Additional enemy to engage in one time, bonus to damage dealt to targets that are stunned or prone. That's useful because we do have a way of doing that. Increases weapon damage while using a single one-handed melee weapon and allows basic attacks to strike multiple times. That sounds pretty good. Pinging strike with stealth. I haven't used stealth at all, to be honest. Haven't really needed it. Or recovery penalties. Shield bash with added stun and crush damage. That's also pretty nice. There's only heavy armor. Okay, I'm gonna go with you. You're also like passive, which is nice. Always like passive stuff. I can do this. I can do this or that. What's that? False pit. Conjure the illusion of an endless black pit below the target, convincing them that they are falling to their death. They will be left prone until they can make sense of the illusion. That seems really good. And this is range extra 10 meters, or extra meters. And this is increasing spell strength. I think I'll go with that. Assign. Too difficult for me to learn. Too difficult for everybody to learn except for you. Fair enough. Is it less difficult if you don't using... Oh yeah, if you don't using accent, it's a little easier. So you can do a version that doesn't have the accent. And then I can assign that to the rest of us. Like so. That should be correct, I think. Interesting. Very good. And we have solved our little side quest. Wait. Yeah, level up. Okay, we will get lore bonuses as well. That's really nice. What else is going on here? Return to Ash's tent. Yes, very clear. Let's do that and make our way back. I think that's all the local side quests done, but clearly that's not all that there is going to be done because we have a lot of days left. I feel like you should come back the way you came. Cool. Did I do this one? Remote settlement? Yes, I did do that one. Yes, the Archons are in the war tent. I gathered as much. At least the Archons have voice acting, so I don't have to do it.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Another brilliant idea! Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation. What could possibly go wrong?
I actually read this as saying that he had so much back hair before he met us, but I'm glad to see that that is not the case.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
I think maybe that's also the case.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
Yeah, let's get to the point.
Nothing would please us more than to be done with this wretched valley. Perhaps if we had more support from the disfavored, and from the court.
Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
The Oathbreaker raiders were broken. Most importantly, their captain was taken, and he has told us...
Nothing. Curse you, motherless fucks! What have you brought but fire and suffering?
Oh, suffering doesn't really capture the nuance of what we've done. Apologies. We've been savoring this one's defiance. We know much of their inner workings, their desperate allies, their foolish hopes. This is our battle to lose.
Why I am on equal footing with Kairos' clown, I will never understand. So, Fatebinder, you would deem this mission successful?
We did that, yes. Recruitment will demoralize the enemy. Reserving out for skill at arms, it would have been better to best him in battle. That's seems like kind of a stupid argument. But also not a huge... I think this
Iron
makes more
Marshal,
sense.
I understand we've established a foothold across the Matani. Report.
I feel like I'm probably vacillating too much and kind of choosing a side, but honestly, they're kind of idiots. Securing the Matangi was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tide still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended in success at Echo Call Crossing, though victory came at great cost. When it came time to secure the nearby Echo Call village, there was a distressing discovery. The villagers had been stashing iron weaponry, no doubt stolen from our supply lines. Commander Antio wished to burn the village, but the chorus disagreed, and the Fatebinder backed their claim. A few of them got away, but their leader, Captain Matangi Sybil, did not. Our spies tell us she was one of the founding members of this insurrection. Her death will no doubt dishearten the Oathbreakers.
One less noble scion of Apex with delusions of relevance. Good riddance.
Have we forgotten why we marched south in the first place? Are we to rule over a sea of corpses? Have you any idea how difficult it is to tax dead people? Your treatment of the locals is short-sighted. We alone follow the commandments of the Overlord.
We take the noble path of tolerance, acceptance, and forgiveness. Yet we are seen as the wicked, troublesome one. Do you think they could, like, write it in such a way that it would fit in the box? Intend to honor the chorus and bring you a captive. So Kairos commanding you to be insufferable at every turn. If so, good job. I like that.
If our mannerisms offend your sensibilities, dear Fatebinder, then good. We do not want or need your love. Kairos' Day of Swords approaches, and our allies in the disfavored and the court refuse to work with us. There is clearly only one reason for this. Graven Ash and Tunon have allied against us. You conspire to rob us of our deserved glory.
You're all against it.
With whom do you stand?
Right, so now you gotta make the decision. Make him piss them all off by saying that they both gotta do it. I'm kind of inclined to like piss both of them off, to be honest. What's chat's opinion here? I mean, there's something to be said for annoying them all. But then again, at some point you gotta make a decision. Oh, why hello, Baron. Good to see you. Come at an opportune time. We have to make an important decision. We have two bickering factions. Should we pick one or the other? Or tell them to cooperate? Which will piss both of them off. I think I'm inclined to go for this one. Yeah, right? People should just get along. That's what I think as well. We're just gonna piss everybody off.
Test my patience, Fatefinder. We did not ask for a weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied.
Yeah, they don't let you do it.
Who do you support? Are you going to let the Scarlet Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kairos' true disciples, the disfavored?
Yeah, they're not letting you weasel your way out of this one. That's fair. So you get a very big nasty with the one or very big nasty with the other. I mean, so far I've done most things in favor of the disfavored. Who are these ultra disciplined dudes, but are also kind of basically fascists. And then the other guys are like a complete rabble of nutcase sectarians, but are also slightly less murderous, but not really less murderous, I guess. They're actually kind of just as murderous, but they're a little less like disciplined about it. Who is most loyal to the Tyrant? Well, that is the question. Like, we don't actually know, right? So we've been set up with these two factions, and the Tyrant has basically given us this sort of ultimatum, which we are interpreting on his behalf, or their behalf, I guess. Kairos has said that, like, they need to basically accomplish this task together, but they're very obviously trying to, like, you know, steer you in the one direction or the other. And both of them accuse the other of treason, of course, and so we don't know which one, which one is right. And so we have the organized fascists, and we have the disorganized sort of cultists, nutcases. We can go with either of those. And this guy's a really, like, their leader is a really creepy sort of spy master kind of guy with a really creepy voice. And this guy is like, their leader is just this kind of like blustering general type. I'm a little inclined towards the blustering general because it reminds me of Caesar, and you know, that's not so bad. You're sure the Scarlet Chorus are just misunderstood? Alright, then that's where we will go.
Stand with the madman and his rabble? I am shocked. I counted you amongst our allies, and your name was held in some regard amongst my troops.
Yeah, I had like previously in the run-up to the game, you can do a sort of pre-start setup where you can play through a couple of scenarios, and I had favored the disfavored a bunch of times there, so I had like some amount of favor, which which I'm now clearly losing.
So be it. I will add another name to our record of hate. Out of respect for the Blue Flag troops, I won't have you slain where you stand. If you leave my camp and don't look back.
A wise choice. The Scarlet Chorus will be honored to silence the last of the Vendrian Guard insult. Graven Ash, we hereby order you to stand down and remain here at camp until we have secured the Citadel.
If the chorus leads the charge, they will fail. I will not sit idly by while the edict claims my legion. The disfavored will carve a path to the Citadel on our own, if that's what it takes.
And then they go at it. My suspicion is it would end like this anyway. Fatebinder. Are you with me, Fatebinder? You don't look hurt, but say something. Of course, we gotta go for the pedantic answer. Ah, good. Same old Fatebinder. Was worried there for a second that you had been seriously hurt. Your guardian here came to your rescue.
I wasn't trying to save you. I was trying to save her.
And what happened, you bleeding hard iron shit tower?
I picked her up and she stabbed me. Put a dent in my side that I won't forget. So I put her down and dragged you out here to recuperate.
I wonder if this is the same voice actor as that, was it the Maori guy in Pillars of Eternity?
This is no time to narrate our life stories. If the edict comes crashing down on our heads, none of it will matter anyway.
On that note, better to leave now while we're well parted. You've made your allegiances clear. I hope you serve a good long term with the Scarlet Chorus, and that we never meet on the wrong side of the battlefield. Very well. I'll remain at your side at least until this edict is resolved. It beats sitting in a corner and waiting for Kairos' magic to kill us all.
Kinda need this guy because he's our tank and he's very useful.
Don't take it too personally. That's as tall a compliment as he's ever expressed. As for you, you old sack of wine, this is war. Try to enjoy yourself.
The Voices of Marat has already departed for camp, and I'm headed there now. Come, join us. We would be honored to have you join us for the assault. I mean, not like there's anything left for you here. Alright, now I guess everybody here is mad at us because we're in the disfavored camp. Let's see what our merchant guy has to say. Nothing useful. I guess I'm not allowed in here anymore. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you have to pick one of the two that stands to reason. Well, reason is maybe not the right word here, but stands to expectations. As you can see here, the Scarlet Chorus are very pleasant individuals also. They have very nice practices. Also their camp is well, I'd say it looks like one of Jake's early Caesar settlement. Guess we talk to Fifth Eye maybe? Eve of battle is upon us. Ready yourself for the siege of Vendrian's Well. With the edict looming, there is no turning back. The chorus is brave and fearless, but it lacks order, and if we lose discipline in tarrying our march, or falter in our siege, the edict will kill us before the Oathbreakers, or the disfavored have the chance. I'm off our Fatebinder. March with us. Add your strength to our tide of blades. The mob could learn from your example, and your prowess would certainly inspire. Well, let's have some other questions. No, I already knew all that. Can I do that again? Yes. First see if we can talk to everybody. I guess that's the classic let's move on bit. First do a little bit of merchanting. That's very exciting, I know, but it's gotta be done. I think it still would be nice to have something better than Lantry's Quill, but it will have to do. Also, I'm not using any of these staves, so I should just sell them. Same with the Iron Great Swords, they can all go away. The old Spine Bow can go away. Bronze War Mace, loads of old crap that we can sell. We're getting enormous quantity of old crap in this game. It's really a hoarder's paradise here. Sell all of that. See if we can get ourselves something decent. Not compared to the hunting bow, but compared to that one. Nope. That's not what I want at all. Oh, that is selecting. Oh, okay. Less recovery, less DPS, more everything else. I guess recovery is just how often you can do it. Are the stats identical? Yeah, the stats are identical. That's fair. What does jagged mean? On weapon crit, bleeding. That's kind of nice. Oh, it's a spear, I see. I'm using a spear, so why don't I get you? Less range. Less armor penetration, more of everything else, more or less. It has jagged and mine currently has guarded strikes, which gives everybody parry. It seems kind of more useful. Honestly, I don't think any of this is terribly exciting. I don't know if I should like buy more stuff. What I should do is buy more healing potions. That is always a good idea. What is this? Staggering burn, plus 40% armor corrode, stolen after 30 seconds. On weapon crit. Cool. Sigil of fire. You get fire spells maybe? These are better than mine. I'll take that. Don't really care about that too much. Mine is to crush frost armor, but better in every other respect, so let's go with that. I don't want to overthink all of this
I
anyway.
see as the crow flies.
Do you? This is my idea? No, this is for you. She doesn't have super good armor, and I think she can use something a little better. What was the other thing? There was this here, the Scarlet Chorus leather armor. Wait, was that what I was going to give her? Yeah, that's actually what I was going to give her. Pay a little bit of attention here. Give me this. Yes. And then she can have this, which is the same as what she has. Okay, cool. Very good. Anything else I should care about here? Oh, there's werewolves or something. Night Owl was promised worthy, tough prey for joining. But Beast Woman only allows Night Owl to hunt weakest of humans. Saves best kills for self. Night Owl was second strongest of Stone Stalker, which is Beast tribe, okay. Males before joining Scarlet Humans. Rutted even with 100 blood, with Tribe's Prima. Was promised own pack for abandoning tribe mates. Strong Stone Stalker, Beastman worth rutting? No. Claws at throat sees only mewling first season cub before Beast Woman now. Sees only tenderfoot. Only weak whelp fit to chase injured, dying prey. Not best fighters on battlefield. And then she basically beats the shit out of him. Human. Humans always are encroaching on Beast Woman, with no sense of danger, no recognition for prowling, hungry predators, are worse than sniveling beastmen. Speak quickly, and maybe Beast Woman will listen. Yeah, so what's going on here? Who are you? Claws at Throat was born of tribe with no name and no lands, called Summer Snout by Tearsmen, who stole azure lands from tribe's ancestors. Then Claws at Throat became Great Stone Stalker, slaughtered own slavers and fought for tribe's freedom, tribe who became strong, unbreakable as stone, because of earth mystic called Archon Cairn. Well, now Cairn sleeps and dreams, drifting slowly into death in stone lands. 100 blood protects free tribe, and Claws at Throat fights to kill more Tearsmen as Scarlet Stalker. Chorus humans. Oh, human pack called Scarlet Chorus is vicious, cunning, feral, like tribes, like beast women. Chorus humans are dirty and reek like rotten meat, so easily shriek and tear at own throats, but also respect strongest of pack. And beast women are strongest of all creatures, are best predators. Like Archon called Ngarat, pack's fierce and ruthless alpha, is mystic who can swallow prey, blood and bones whole. Makes beast woman want to rut, fight, kill. Makes beast woman want to rut, fight, kill. Makes beast woman want. Let's go for it. Claws at Throat likes human who is male, yet who is bold enough to challenge beast woman. Expected Blunt Claw to be feeble as Night Yowl, whimpering at beast woman's feet. If beast woman did not have a runt-whelp cur like Night Yowl to train, Claws at Throat would happily enjoy fighting with human. For a moment you think she'll make a grab for you, but she merely sits back on her haunches, relaxed and watching you. Yes, beast women like gifts of blood and bone, or fresh kills, but Claws at Throat does not want such treats now. Instead, little Blunt Claw will join beast woman in hot slaughter of humans, in one season soon. Alright, so basically we learned that there are kinda werewolves, wolf men, wolf things. Just gonna make a save here. How do you like the game? I saw your voice matches Night Yowl really good. I do like actually putting a little effort into the voice acting, although so little here is voice acted that I have to do a lot. Reminds me of, you know, playing D&D, right? And I used to, although in my current campaign I'm a player character, but I used to DM a lot. And so even though I'm not like, you know, a voice actor or anything, I do like to do a lot of like different types of intonation and stuff. It's a little harder on stream, I think, because you also have to consider the microphone. What was the other thing? Right. Oh yeah, I was gonna try talking to my party members. How did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent. You cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? I've done it before. You cast the edict of fire on the Vellum Citadel. I heard about it. How Kairos' anger raised a volcano from under the sage's own fortress. That was some impressive work. Well, call me impressed. Considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once, I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. That's probably what happened to Jake, right? I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing what you've done. Not only are you Tugong's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You are going places, and I want to see where they lead.
What do you need? If you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it. What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
More red flags in the PLA. Yeah. I like a feisty lady. They sure like referring to shit a lot in this game. Life? What life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before the chorus. There was some girl in a farm wearing my face and talking with my voice, but she wasn't me. Sometimes she would sneak out at night, take a scythe, and have some fun with the livestock. Our shared interests began and ended there. When the Scarlet Chorus swept through my village on their long trek from the Bastard City, that was when I finally woke up. I buried my old life, took red vengeance on anyone who'd wronged me, and found the freedom I could only dream was out there. Having red vengeance also sounds a bit PLA, doesn't it? My mother ran a successful farm, and I worked it for a number of years before I found the chorus. She was a hard, bitter woman. Acted like the world owed her something. She never talked about my father, though I figured out a thing or two about him later on. He was a merchant from the Northern Empire who took a liking to her, and she him. He stayed around only long enough to get what he wanted. But never mind him. My mother never had what you would call taste, so he couldn't have been terribly influential to me if he did stick around. That's as naive a question as I've ever heard. Kairos is everywhere. If you aren't in the Overlord's army, you're being trampled by it. Of course, I could have labored on the family farm into my maturing years, married some dolt, and laid on him a nursery of squealing piglets. Having my body torn to pieces by smaller versions of me sounds like fun. Then one day, when I decided enough was enough, I'd slit my husband's throat over breakfast and run off to join the chorus anyway. My way saved a lot of time. Yeah, definitely one. At least you understand. The chorus praises and rewards the thing inside me that I would suppress in civilized company. Life is too short to repress every desire, right? Especially if I have anything to say about it. How did I think you have the wrong idea about me. The chorus didn't take me as a sobbing maid. I strode into their camp and enlisted. Someone tossed me a dented blade, I lived through initiation, spent a week butchering my neighbors, and moved on with my new kid. I didn't waste time with goodbyes. My mother had long since died, and the rest of my family were louses. Girl I used to be, even she knew that she was worth more than all of them combined. We're getting awfully chummy, so I guess you deserve a story. My mother kept a messenger bird, Witherbeak, who was an angry old bastard, spoiled from living the high life. Squawked in my window every single night. Pecked my fingers while I fed him only the fattest, juiciest mice. When I left the farm to join the Scarlet Chorus, I wrung that ungrateful little fucker like a dish rag, plucked his feathers, and gave his carcass to the mice. Felt like justice. I also like how the feathers catch the breeze. Helps me keep my balance, especially when I'm moving fast. Man, there's a lot of stuff here.
The Scarlet Chorus is mostly for madmen and peasants with rusty daggers, but it's also a little niche of freedom that I never had. Once I survived training and met my Scarlet Fury sisters, I saw a different side of the Howling Mob.
Who were they would be more appropriate. Three Whispers, Red Geyser, and Seeking Sheath. Best fighters I've ever met. There wasn't a foe we couldn't take down together. Our fighting styles complemented perfectly, so we divided up the killing work like bards sharing a song. At least we used to. We were scouting around Vendrian's Well during the siege, back when we only suspected the guard of organizing in secret. My sisters and I came upon a group of them. Or Kairos knows, maybe they found us. No one said anything. We drew iron and bronze. That was when everything went wrong. I was supposed to take point and occupy the guard with a dance of blade work, something disorienting while my sisters picked their marks. I hesitated. I lost my nerve. Instead of rushing the Oathbreakers, I froze, my weapons drawn. My sisters fought on without me, but they were off balance, like whatever I had was catching. They died. I lived. My sisters were relying on me to lead the dance, and I failed them. And give her average fear? Or just say that it was inexcusable? Of course it's inexcusable. You're absolutely right. If I'd witnessed the saving one of my sisters, I might even have killed her for endangering the rest of us. Good thing for me that they didn't get the chance. Hesitation is a rot. It's unbecoming of any chorus member and unheard of in a Scarlet Fury. I would cut it from my body and cauterize the wound if only I knew its source. Any thoughts on the topic? Or are you just here to open old wounds? I wish I had an explanation. For the first time I lost the dance. the song of murder drew silent. Instead, there was only rigid, organized control. That sounds like the security of a phalanx to me. You should practice a more orderly form of combat, if it suits you so well. Even if the Scarlet Chorus fought in formation, it wouldn't be anything like your hideous shield wall.
What do you need to know?
Well, the Voices of Nerat is the spider at the center of the web. He acts like the army belongs to him, and he only lends it to Kairos because it suits his purposes. Both of which are true. The rest are all offshoots of the Voices, like the Fifth Eye. When you get down to the rank and file, the Scarlet Chorus organize around a motley bunch of gang bosses who call the shots. What do you want to know? Man, there is a lot of lore here. He's a madman, but that's never stopped me from following his orders. Even a legion as cutthroat as the Chorus, you know better than to get on the Voice's bad side. People who cross him, or just people he meets, don't tend to survive the experience. If he ever seems disorganized or lost, it's because he's channeling one of the personalities he's devoured over the years. His mannerisms shift over to someone else, someone who's probably long since dead. Better to die than become part of the Voices. Oh yeah. He sort of sucks up people's minds and knowledge, huh? Nice. He's the Archon of Secrets, and he didn't earn that title lightly. People say that he knows more than every sage in the tiers combined, and that he can think 1,000 steps ahead of the other Archons. It would be putting it lightly to say he's never alone under that disapproving helmet of his. If you make secrets your business, I guess having people constantly whispering in your ear is a good thing. I usually want people to shut up, but to each their own. Now, walking nightmare, that one. Couldn't begin to guess who lives under that armor and speaks with that reedy voice, but I'll tell you what I know. When your world is built in secret, it pays to have a few extra eyes. The Voices of Nerat has eyes in abundance, some that he keeps close, and others that he sends out in the wilderness. Whoever the Fifth Eye was before he came into the Archon's service, he's just a half-mad jabbering speech hole, a bodily function. In other words, an eye. Maybe they used to be people. Whatever they were, they're eyes now. Folks like to whisper that the Voices of Nerat takes his servants and cuts out all the extra parts that they don't need. I once heard the Voices and the Fifth Eye in a tent together. The Voices kept screaming, "Redundancies! Redundancies!" Every time another gout of blood would spray on the canvas walls. I can't even guess what he was cutting out. The number keeps changing, either because it grows or because rumors don't mean shit. 3, 7, 19. Some even say that all of us are eyes and we don't even know it. It's one of those questions that drives you mad if you allow yourself to think about it for too long. Hey, you could be one of Tugon's eyes, but you never thought of that. A boss is anyone who can rally enough support to kill the previous boss. They cling to command until someone gets wise and stabs them in the back. Tipcap leads to Filthy Lambs, Lox leads to Rusted Harps, Sharp used to lead the Bone Boys. Couldn't say where he ended up after they broke his legs. Waterwheel orders around the Hairy Hunters, Halls for Shit leads to Lazy Malkins. Then Scurvy Queen, Finger Food, and Wild Gash collectively lead the Ladies of Perpetual Strangulation. I'm forgetting at least a dozen more. I even led a gang or two in my day. They never survived very long, so no point in getting attached. Don't act so surprised. I can crack a whip better than any one of those daisies at the disfavored labor camps. But I was never that interested in power struggle with those grunts and scabs in the middle. I wanted to stand on the top, like an apex predator. Here I am. So when I got tired of a gang, I disbanded and let the other bosses fight over the new recruits. That much amused me, at least. Some of my old mates are still alive and hanging around wherever they ended up. I think that's enough lore for the moment. Let's get on with the game. Yes, we knew that. I will do it. As I suspected, the call of glory sings to your heart's tune. The camp will mobilize soon. We'll meet at the staging grounds of the Citadel. This will be a glorious hunt, dear Fatebinder. Something to tell the children. Alright, which I guess means that we are leaving. I actually thought that there was going to be a cutscene there, but there wasn't. It's a pretty adult CRPG. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured as much. Oh, hi, Real Decoy. How's it going? Yeah, well, I think. I mean, we did all the remaining side quest stuff, and now we had to choose finally between the Scarlet Chorus and the Disfavored. And it was Baron's decision. You know, who else better than to make the decision than Baron to go with the Scarlet Chorus, which is not what I had been doing for the most part. So that's where we are at now. Yeah, that is interesting. It's we'll give a different spin on things than probably than what I would have done.
Let's go speak with the Fifth Eye. I can see him to the east.
To drink my tea for a second. Glory to the voices of Nerat! The mustering song is nearly complete. Soon comes the canticle of slaughter, and we will need the strong to rise up and lead. By custom, you are judge, jury, and executioner. Today we must ask you to take on the last and most sublime of your sacred duties. The best bluff is often the most obvious. We charge for the gate, right into the Oathbreaker's doorstep. The horde should bring the defenders surging to the inside of the gate. Then we unleash our magic. Fire and panic will claim the Oathbreakers. The more concentrated the defenders, the better. I thought that was what the Disfavored said, that they should concentrate the defenders. But, you know, what do I know? Our scouts report Iron Legionnaires moving in the area. It's obvious they have the same goal as we do. They're just a step ahead, it would seem. Make no mistake, the Oathbreakers will be a minor inconvenience. The foul Disfavored will be the more worthy challenge. We must stay alert. The Vendrian Guard will flail vigorously on their way out, but it will be for naught. In the dilemma between courage and overwhelming numbers, never wager on courage. We are more concerned by the Disfavored's presence. They are likely waiting for us to engage with the enemy so that they might surround us while occupied. Given that the edict compels us forward, we have a rousing melee ahead of us. Our blood chanters are readying a conflagration that should take that gate off its hinges. But at the same time, the Oathbreaker mages are warding the gate with protective magic. I need someone to scale the wall and kill the mages maintaining the ward. If I send these unwashed pukes, their corpses will clog the parapets. This task requires your strength. If you're wounded in battle, come see me at once, and I will tend to the bleeding, though my methods do nothing for the pain. Alright, we get more chaotic fighting stuff going on. What are these guys doing? They're chanting. I guess we might as well get at it. Is this the way we're actually meant to go? I suppose so.
More talent to the body count.
Oh, you worked with the chorus in the prologue part? I did exactly the opposite for the most part. I mostly went with the Disfavored. Which is why they were very mad that Baron chose to oppose them. Whoa now, old man. How about you, heal yourself a little bit.
I feel.
Yeah, go take one. Why not?
On it.
Nice.
See that?
Oh, I did not actually see that. Oops.
Can't do that.
Mistakes were made. Fortunately, I was not yet engaged. Now you cannot do this when you're not in combat, that's okay. And we could just have you heal me.
Consider it done.
That'll teach me for going a little fast. There's another trap over there. Can we draw them out?
Found something.
There was one here, there is one there. I don't know if I would disarm it now. What kind of character did I build? That's a good question. I made a guy who is mostly bow and, well, what is it? Mostly spear and shield, and also uses the bow as a secondary, although I swapped the bow for a javelin. It doesn't seem like you're super, like, forced into any particular role, though. The classes are not really fixed all that much in this game. It's more like you fulfill a certain combat role. Yeah, right? A good spear and shield, that's what we all like. And I give myself like a very high kind of finesse character, like it's always like very agile. And so I put myself in as a sort of all-rounder, and then we have Verse to do bow and arrow shooting first, and then switching to melee. And Barak is our tank. And Lantry is our glass cannon healer mage type. I'm actually going to, before this combat happens, I'm going to disarm this. Yeah, it is very malleable, which is in a way actually rather nice. And they can all use magic as well, so you don't have this kind of thing of like, oh, someone is a fighter, someone is a magic user, you know, like you normally get. Instead, you have these kind of role specializations for each character. So he can be a healing guy, or an attacking mage guy, or he can specialize in like ranged weaponry, and he can be like a tank, which is what I specialized him in, or like a heavy combat guy, and she can be like a bow and arrow guy, or lady, or a melee one, and so on. And for yourself, you can do anything. And I mostly focus myself on defense, so I'm sort of like keeping myself alive while fighting. Yeah. You remember playing with the magic system a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. Franconi was also saying that the magic system is sort of one of the main strengths of the game. I haven't used it intensely yet. I might as well go this way. But I have used it a fair bit, I think. There's probably more to be gotten there. Alright, let's see what we can do. First, I want these guys to have this. You and you. Is that an archer? I don't know if any of them are archers. It's kind of hard to tell. You just go on them. You stay behind.
No, sorry. Right.
Oh, yeah, there is an archer. Not good. Stay back. You can go do your special combo. On him.
Move!
Did they both get rooted? No, shutting off. Oh! Easy going there. Let's not get hit too hard here. What do you mean?
We should try that again.
Yeah, you should try that again. What are you doing? Because if you guys are engaging here, which is not really what I wanted you to do, you go here, you engage him, you can engage him. I wish this guy had a bit more offensive stuff.
I'm not dead yet.
Nice. It's a bit better. Was a heel lange archer. So you are supposed to do that, which is what didn't happen. You have cast this. You can go and make me stronger.
All right, let's do this.
No, don't. Why would you do that? That's just idiotic. Now he's also got him. Controlling these guys with regard to where they position themselves is really not mega easy. Come on. Get these guys on the tank. That's a bit better. That should free me up to do something more useful, such as taking that. Might as well take another healing.
Filthy hands off!
You go do something more useful than you are doing.
Consider it done.
Oh, they keep wrecking my shit. No, not you. You.
Ready?
You are here. That's fine.
Not a problem, boss.
Nice. Yeah, everybody on this loser. Get him! Get him!
That section of the wall looks suitable for climbing.
Yeah, hold your horses. Let's first get our health back. Let's level our man up. Give him even more magic. Because I already gave him some health last time. You will probably need to improve your healing. Well, that reminds me, we have a missive. I forgot about the missives. Interesting. Wait, what is even going on here? Where did I get this missive from? Captain of the Vendrian Guard. Oh, I guess this is like what our opponent is telling us. We're not completely without our senses. We knew Kairos would issue an edict of our valley. Perhaps the Overlord has a sick sense of humor, but I can assure I laughed when I learned the death sentence doomed the Oathbreaker and Puppet equally. I had such low expectations for the servant of the so-called Archon of Justice. Tugon seems little more than a passive stooge that sits on a throne to legitimize the carnage and plunder of the other Archons. The face of prosperity that lets Kairos claim one thing while being another. I would have hoped you actually did serve justice. The notion, not the Archon. But your actions have said otherwise. At least I can thank you for proving my cynicism entirely warranted. If you survive this upcoming slaughter, bear witness that I, Tarkis Ari of the Vendrian Guard, do take responsibility for the actions of my crew. Should my warriors come before the court's act, tell Tugon that they were starving, desperate, and easily manipulated into a struggle that was mine, not theirs. Sell this lie as well as you would sell the lies of the Overlord. I guess this is because my wrath is a little higher than my favor with them. The Archons inform me that the recapture of the Citadel from the Vendrian insurrectionists continues apace, that they wrote me separately of their divergent tactical intentions engenders no small concern, but I trust now in your efforts. May your good judgment see you through the coming confrontation with glory and success, and back to the safety of our court. I think I will express concern. Road to the conflict and bloodshed. I cannot but wonder at the wisdom of the decisions and acts that have brought us to this point. I will not question the Overlord's will, but I find myself divided. If this edict comes to pass and I ever see your court again, hope you remember the agreements that we forced when you swore me into your service. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. I don't actually have anything with Tugon yet. Maybe that's yet to come. Obviously, this is the best moment to send a missive, is in the middle of this urgent battle situation.
Good thing I keep
And then we're going to loot.
handy.
Well, alright, let's do it. It is also interesting how you keep getting better stats as you use them more.
Trouble isn't what.
I mean, look at that. They can't even pathfind on this. Okay, so I'm here, but you are meant to be here. But it's not really doing it. Get in there. What are you doing? No, why are you here? Well, I guess that's gonna have to be good enough. I guess they can't really fully get past here without getting zone of control involved.
Admit that from the record.
Aye.
Well, well.
That wasn't so hard.
No, it wasn't. It was just a shit poster with a message. Yeah, it feels that way. He's doing a little bit of fun posting in our direction. You scaled the walls. My company fall back to the Ascension Hall. Sure. Let's do that. Let's try the same trick again, and hopefully this time it goes a little better.
You got it.
I'm not here to be a friend.
Get back. There we go. Engage him. Sage Apprentice. I want me on the Sage if possible. But probably easier to get you on the Apprentice. You go on the Apprentice also. Or you go shoot the Sage, I guess. You stay back here. Wow, this bow doesn't have a lot of range.
Interesting.
Go and beef her up.
Consider it done.
Why are you meleeing?
Consider it done.
Okay, that didn't work, it seems. Cannot fathom why you would be meleeing. Yeah, why not?
Ready?
Still got it.
Yeah, that should be okay.
It will take more than that
What did
to
that?
break me.
You can go, heal our man. Did that work? Yes, that did work. You engage him. You engage him.
To the queen!
Ow. That's mean. Why you gotta do that? Go swap. The man made himself invisible, huh?
Consider it done.
gonna cast ball lightning. That doesn't strike me as good.
Pay attention.
You need to get out of the way there? Is that a thing?
Attention, kids.
That sounds like it would be a thing. Shoot him. You
I learned something.
Oh no. You should take a potion.
Smashed to pieces!
Alright, that is that dug and dusted. Or as some would say, done and done right. Nice. Stand aside. Ascension Hall is ours alone for the taking. Withdraw at once before you feel the weight of 1,000 chorus blades and bludgeons. No sooner would a family of maggots beat a pack of wolves. Come, I'll take you 5 at a time just to make things fair. Time is of the essence. You head into the keep. I've been waiting a long time to run my spear through a disfavored heart. I hope Graving Ash can feel it. Okay, great, now they're going at it. I suppose that was to be expected, but yeah. You get the sense that whatever happens, it's not going to end very well.
Yes.
They're here! They've breached the perimeter! They're in the keep! That they have. Armaments and durability, yes, it's mostly very heavy weaponry. Yeah. I'll say I mostly sell that stuff. Save it just to be sure. I haven't done that in a while. These guys are very politely waiting for us to show up. I reorganize you in a good way. Actually, does the order of this matter? It does, doesn't it? Would have made sense to do that. I'll put you there. Puts me... no, because I put you here. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Is there a formation? There is a formation. Diamond formation puts you here. That's probably our best bet. Just somebody go take out the archer. Yeah, you're on your bow. That is good. That's what we like to see. How about you do that?
Count on it.
I am a shield! Fall unto myself!
Intercept him. You go fire at him also. You get the hell out of there. No, I said you go on the archer. Why you gotta like not do that? Of course he cannot get out of the way. What useful thing can you do? Let's get you over here. Does that'll work? This is only here or no? You can go here.
As you command.
Bleed out, you little shit!
Yeah, you can probably go and heal yourself a little bit.
As you command.
Go beef up our man. he doing? He's doing fine. They'll all die very soon. We have the ability to do a joint attack. I think that really got pulled off. That's me. That's him. I guess I do that. That's... Ooh, our man needs some more of this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's better.
Take me if you can!
That was pretty much toast at this point, because the action economy is now going to be a real problem for this gentleman over here. You can switch to your swords also.
It will take
cool.
more
What the
than
hell
that
was
to
that?
break me.
It remains a little annoying about the game how all the sound effects interrupt on pause. That is kind of not really necessary. But, you know. Careful now. Let's have you do the same thing. That worked kind of okay last time. Not super well, but sort of okay.
Count on it. Look at that, future core.
See, like if I hit pause and she interrupts what she's saying, like, why?
Fall before me!
I'll omit that from the record.
Come and face my iron! Interesting.
That is certainly interesting.
Right.
Those are the really advanced strats. What have you found here? An iron throwing dagger and some more generic loot stuff. At least we finally found some vegetables that aren't rotting for some reason. Alright. More people over here. Guess this is just the big old combat section. Which is fine with me. Combat actually is reasonably enjoyable. It mostly runs itself. I mean, you gotta steer a little bit here and there, but a lot of this kind of does its own stuff. You go and fire that. Ooh. Did not expect that to happen. We get another guy over here. Yeah, you keep shooting at him. You intercept my man over here. You get on him also. You get over
Trouble
here.
isn't flexible.
Wait, no, don't do that. They're not actually coming here. Never mind. In that case, you go on the stage. What the moly was that? acid rain. Okay. I'm not aware of that doing anything. So I guess I'll take it. Whoa, wow. It's one of these guys. Swap.
Be unwell.
Much better. Got the hell out of there.
Damn it!
But don't engage those guys, obviously.
Consider it done.
Damn my eyes!
Okay, you're not in the best position over here. We can back you up a little bit. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, too late. Ow.
Blood.
Get out of there. Jeepers. Can you cast that on yourself? I don't know if that does much of anything.
As you command.
My armor feels lighter.
I can't take much more of this.
Oh, it did work. Very nice. And then we have a level up here. Actually, a mention of what level they are anywhere. Oh, I guess it's this number, right? Got it. Can give you even more points, even more vitality. And this is also kind of useful. Better defense is good. Yeah, since he is a tank, he also needs a little bit on his defenses, so let's work on that. What can you have? Barracking nearby party members take reduced damage. Passive effect, allied AoE. 5% all damage. Ooh, that seems pretty good. Bolsters his strength, give everybody armor. Shield wall. Passive 40% shield effectiveness. But that's only for him, I guess. And I'm having him use a two-handed weapon, so. This might also be useful, multiple engagement. I think actually this is better. More scrolls, very nice.
Got it.
Get the Azure Bell, whatever that is. Actually, let's have a look also whether we all have enough healing potions, because I sort of suspect that we do not. Is there a way of splitting these up? Or is it only... Right click for details, yes. Double clicking doesn't do it. Shift. Nope, that's not it either. That's party stash. Oh, that turns out that we have more. That's at least good to know. Not sure. But I'm not gonna worry about it. We will loot everything since there is no reason not to. And we will do the same as before. Because that's working fairly well.
I'm not here.
Whoops, shit. I forgot to give her her bow. That was kind of a bad move. Well, we're gonna have to deal with it. You engage him. Then we have a problem with the archers. We need to get some dudes on the archers. I don't trust this guy either. Yeah, he's already here. Kill him. You false bit him.
Consider it done.
You can do
Ready?
special move. And then you can get some healing. Suggest you guys get out of the way of that thing. Go and heal. Better hurry, guys. She ain't doing so hot. Oh, yes, not that. Our man is now over here. Barik, intercept him. Right. We really have got it in for her. Starting to look a little grim there. Don't think you'll have enough
Consider it
time.
done.
Cripes. You guys can just finish these dudes off. We wouldn't have these problems. Loses this and that. Harassing one enemy. Okay. It's not super useful in this situation. Ow.
Shoot twice as hard next time!
Alright, that's starting to look like something. Now we can finally get these guys going. You go engage him. Barik, you go engage him. Lantry, if you go back a little bit, that would be nice. That would be nice if you could also do something kind of useful.
Fall before me!
I am going to do this.
Seeing an awful lot of red.
You engage this guy or not? I guess if you will both want to engage him, that also works for me. Whatever you like. But she's not doing that for some reason.
Can't move!
Oh god. Could you be any more useless? Wait, maybe heal yourself.
I'll take that.
Uh-oh. Get out. Like, way out. Nope.
Them think
Stay there. You
they can
get
hit
over
me.
there and wait.
Aw, someone stitch me up.
I'm not dead yet.
You know? Oh, that's good.
You got it.
That does freaking lightning things now.
Not a problem, boss.
Nice. There we go. Well, we all survived.
Consider it done.
Within, let's say, acceptable parameters. Let's pretend that those were acceptable parameters. Next time it helps if I actually have the lady have her bow on her. Bit better. And she's level up. She can definitely use a bunch more health in my opinion. And let's see what we can give her in terms of archery. Increases accuracy, removes recovery penalty incurred after changing weapon sets. That seems fairly useful for how I use her. All members gain bonus experience for dual wield bows and athletics. Immunity to burning and bleeding. Use dodge. Skill. What's her dodge? Are we aware what her dodge is? Oh yeah, 81. Wow, she has really good dodge. Oh yeah, wow. That would be like really good for her. Because she has enormous dodge. And I am also level up again. And I think in my case I just need to get a little buffer. Or I should give myself more lore. For the sake of the game. That might also be something, because the more lore you have, of course, the more you can get cool results out of the conversations. But so far the lore seems to have been reasonably good. Like, seems to have done the job pretty well. Maybe I'll just up my strength, or whatever the equivalent is. Pinging strike, that also seems fairly useful, but I don't really use stealth all that much. Stun effect and crush damage, heavy armor. Bonus damage that are stunned or prone. Well, we do have something to make them prone, so I think we should use that. And we can make more spells, apparently. Sigil of Force. Sigil of Distant Impact. We can have a concussive bolt. Force of the impact dazes and interrupts. Fascinating. Is it better than what we have? It probably is better than what we have, because I don't think we use this immensely often. At least give it to him and to me, because we can use it anyway. I think actually I might get rid of you. Go. Is that how you do this? Remove the spell configuration? Yeah, maybe. Where was the other spell now? Is that like this? Yeah, I guess this would do. Alright. That's that covered. Oh, I meant to check whether what was there, but too late. Oh boy. That's looking like I should save. So you are the vanguard of Kairos' conquest. Not as tall as I imagined, but you can't all choose our executioners. Already word of our defiance spreads throughout the lands. There's 7 kinds of stupid if you think our war ends here. Short, sunburned and agitated, her body is a compact sculpture of muscle and bone. Blah blah blah. Though your lives will certainly end here in Ascension Hall, consider yourself fortunate. Some of the finest rulers of Apex met death by duel in this hallowed hall. Truly, there is no finer place to settle an intractable feud. Sisters, brothers, it has been a privilege to lead, an honor to share in your final days. Nothing that we haven't already gained. Our pride, our dignity, these things you can never take from us. The Vendrian Guard could never stand against all of Kairos' forces, but we can teach others to resist, and maybe you'll run out of soldiers before we run out of stubbornness. But I doubt it. But that's just sophistry. Kairos speaks our language, not the other way. Speaks our language, not the other way around. Besides, that proves nothing other than common history. But the Fatebinder is saying that Kairos is not just one enemy, but a massive force that can reach you even in times of peace. Armies and edicts are just 2 of the bloodier ways Kairos can control you. Let's go with lore and bluff. Bring a lot of magic to fight directly beneath the spire, trying to bury us all. That's a risk I'm willing to take. And then the sage runs out. So I guess you get a fight bonus in a way by doing this. Get back here! What was I thinking, bringing cowardly scribes to a sword fight? Eb was right about a lot of you. And then we have the same bit again. And what did taking Vendrian's Well cost you? How many disfavored corpses rust in the valley? How many choirmen fell to our blades? How goes the endless battle of the Blade Grave while you deal with us here? And tell me, are the Archons unified in victory? Did the armies bond in camaraderie over our deaths? Our stand here is the first of your problems. We are hopeless, not witless. Our eyes and ears tell us much. Although I'm happy knowing your invasion will grind to a halt as the 2 Archons tear each other to pieces over the title of victor. Perhaps my only regret is not living to see which child king will win. If you're so eager to fall on my blade, stop prattling and come at me. Or are you as gutless as well? Yes. Tell the voices of Narat we are most thankful for his aid. We will not have made it this far without his support. That's obviously a clever thing to say. Alright, we get our boss fight, I'm guessing, at this point. Okay, let's see, save. Oh. So that convo is not savable. Oh. Just in case, what do we do here? Let's get you on the archer. Get you on Tarkus. Get you on Eb.
Trouble is afoot.
Probably.
I'll admit that.
Oh, great. He didn't do anything useful. Well,
Cut from the record.
very nice.
Counter.
Hobbling them, not super useful.
Await my signal.
tool, spellcasting, blocked by spellcasting, or drowning. What on earth does that mean? Mother's embrace. Mysterious. Well,
As you command.
Flawless!
that's not so nice.
Are you afraid of death, worm?
Yeah, go attack him. Continue to attack him. Does it help to hobble him? Probably not. Whee! Yeah, that doesn't do very much. I sort of suspect it's time for you to switch weapons and get engaged here. No, not with him. With him. Or her, or whatever. Are you still drowning? You are still drowning.
Bleed out, you little shit!
I'll be just fine. Oh, Vendrian Guard. I have gained wrath with the Vendrian Guard for killing Ebb. I see, fair enough. Oh. Hey, you, go heal.
As you command.
Squirrely bastard, aren't you?
Nope. Kinda would like you to get out of here, but doesn't seem very easy to arrange. That's better. Nice.
Let's try that again.
I'm not dead yet.
Those little ones.
This isn't working.
Yeah. Taking you surprisingly long, that's true. You worthless gnats. We may die, but others will follow our example. Mark my words. Crush them all. Now that's how it's done, Fatebinder. I should be angry you denied me a scalp or two, but I ought to thank you for saving us the trouble. That would be amusing. So I can claim the Ascension Hall for myself. Everybody will be mad. That's interesting. You can actually do a whole different kind of quest. Forging an independent path through the tiers. I guess this is the opportunity to, like, go for the third option. But I feel like that's more for something you would do when you play the game a second time, just to sort of see how that works. So it makes more sense to follow the main path on the first playthrough, I would argue. Since we're going with the Scarlet Chorus, thanks to the good Baron, I think we'll go with being nice to them. You bring glory to the chorus with your skill at arms and courage under duress. I do so hope this is the start of a long alliance, good Fatebinder. The chorus could benefit from your strength. I don't know what that is, but that sounds very dubious. May Box take your children. Alright, with that, the burning hum that we have heard in our head for days on end tapers off into nothing. The edict upon Vendrian's well seemed to have ended. Feel Blink away the last of the luminescent trails in your field of vision. The masonry of Ascension Hall is replaced with wide open space in every direction, save for the slab of ancient stone beneath your feet. High winds shove you, pushing you off balance. The air is cool and thin, unsatisfying to your lungs. Is this? Yes, this must be the mountain spire. When was the last time? I may need to retch. Well, this is certainly a change. A damn cold change. Think I could land on my feet if I jumped? Not that it would matter for long. Kairos, be merciful. What now? Everywhere you look, mountains rise up along a distant horizon. The rivers and forest below bring to mind maps of Vendrian's Well, and you quickly trace the Matangi, the Iringev, and all the numerous waterways of the region. Higher than you imagined it. This is indeed the pinnacle of the spire at Vendrian's Well. How did we get all the way up here? More importantly, how do we get down? The Vendrian Guard must be rounded up and conscripted. The disfavored must be run down. The edict is gone, and I don't think we are dead. We all could feel the edict passing. No doubt the soldiers below are sensing it too, and the Archons as well. What do we make of this? Maybe that. That much sounds sensible, at least. If we're to understand what just happened, we need to drop anchor on this battle and regroup. I demand an amputated concubine and a bejeweled codpiece. You can't simply order the chorus to stop fighting. Better luck teaching Graving Ash to smile. Send word to the voices of Narat that we are successful. Our glory overfloweth. We would happily carry such good tidings to the Archon, but this humble servant cannot fly. Besides, the voices is a master of all matters magical. I highly doubt whatever just happened escaped his attention. No telling how stable it is, but look closely and you'll see images of Ascension Hall in the haze. Well, if you have trained eyes, that is. Of course, if it's not stable, the alternative is jumping. So, what do we have to lose? By Kairos' iron grip, how did... The currents of magic glow as fire to our eyes. Strange that you saw this first. What do we do here? Well, let's just say glory to Kairos. Keep watch over Vendrian's Well for us. Consider these lands a gift from the Archon of Secrets, as well as an act of mutual self-interest. If these lands are court-controlled, the law-abiding disfavored will think twice about using this valley as a staging ground, for fear of offending your master Tungon. It has been a pleasure in the loins to watch you fight, good Fatebinder. The voices will be most pleased. With the edict resolved, our purpose is clearly in focus. The disfavored must be slain. No doubt I'm the very definition of an enemy of the Overlord. I didn't just resist, I led others into resistance. So I know what's about to happen. But I know when I've met my match, and like most folk, I'll do whatever it takes to live. If you will show me mercy, I will pledge my life to you, good Fatebinder. I know I'm an oath-breaker, so my word isn't what it used to be. But I promise, if you spare me, I will serve you well. But why would I trust you? Because I'm all out of reasons to fight you. The Vendrian Guard and the School of Tides are no more, leaving me with no loyalties or ties to, well, anyone. And we must all bow to Kairos' minions eventually, right? I would die before swearing fealty to the voices of Narat, and Graving Ash would kill me in a heartbeat. If I am to serve anyone in this new order, it should and must be the Archon of Justice, and you are the only servant of Tungon I can think to ask. Well, sure, why not? If you will have my fealty, it is yours. I, Ebb of the Tidecasters, do hereby pledge my life and loyalty to you. I will serve and obey so long as you have need or want of my skills. And then we have to swap, huh? Party is full. Well, let's see what she does.
I will.
Indeed. Vendrian Guard rebellion has been crushed. Having taken Ascension Hall with your Scarlet Chorus allies, you satisfied the terms of the edict. You and the forces of Kairos are free from the Overlord's death sentence. With the threat of execution no longer looming overhead, the Overlord's armies turned their attention away from the Citadel and toward each other. The tensions that flared over the long siege reached an explosive crescendo as the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus armies clashed iron and bronze in a hasty, disorganized battle. After a brief exchange that left his soldiers bloodied, Graven Ash withdrew his army from the valley, pulling the disfavored back to their secure fort in the Blade Grave. Once his army finished licking their wounds, the voices of Narat ordered the Scarlet Chorus to gather in the Stone Sea and prepare for war, this time against their former allies. The Archon of Secrets instructed his soldiers to respect your lawful claim over the spire. Though a few greedy stragglers still lurk in the valley, the Scarlet Chorus were content to leave your stronghold uncontested. As days passed, the wounded and injured were nursed to health. You explored your strange bastion and planned your next steps with careful deliberation. As word spread that the Scarlet Chorus and Disfavor turned on each other, factions once resolved to bend the knee are inspired instead to continue fighting. The Archon's feud has heralded the collapse of Kairos' offensive. Tungon, the Archon of Justice, observes the chaos and discord spreading across the land. The Archon summons his Fatebinder to return to court at the Bastard City and report on his actions in Vendrian's Well.
Return to our holdfast.
Our petty squabbles over a delayed siege have no doubt evolved into a respectable civil war. The voices of Narat will want to discuss this matter. By now he's pulled back to the base at Cacophony. I suggest you don't keep him waiting. Last time someone left the voices of Narat waiting, he pulled the skin off their hand and moved their bones into the shape of a glaring eye. Needless to say, it didn't heal well. The voices will be patient. You don't know him at all, do you? Be seeing you, Fatebinder.
Just at once.
The dizzying energy from the spire falters. Whatever force awoke the powers that reside here gutters and fades, though a faint hum persists in the sculpture at the center. What? My exit vanished. It was just there. Alright. Yes, as Mordkalp says, this is where the tutorial is over and the game starts opening up. And that is also for me a nice time to end the stream. Because it's getting late, it's past midnight my time, and I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. But this is pretty enjoyable, and I'm very curious to see what is going to happen next in the story. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. I'm definitely going to play more of it. I might also play some other things in between during the week, if I don't have other things to do, of course, and I have other hobbies to attend to as well. But I'll definitely be returning to this, and before too long we should have the next part of this series. So until then, be seeing you.